Hi, welcome to my channel. Here I'm going to work on the construction of isometric circle. It's work that I've done in the past, but I just look at it that let me just revise this. We have three positions that isometric circle can be placed on an isometric object. So the three positions, I'm going to work on them. So right now, then we also go on after this video. The next video will be on the construction of isometric cylinder. So I will show three different positions of the cylinder, so where it can be placed on an isometric object. So three different positions. So let's start with this of isometric circle. So we look at three different positions where the circle can be positioned. Now the first one that I'm going to do is that we have it on a top face of an object. So we draw a line, and then so as I've said before, whenever you are to construct isometric circle, you have to draw an isometric square whose length will be equal to the diameter of that circle. For example, if the diameter of the circle is 50 millimeters, you have to construct an isometric square of length 50 millimeters. I hope that is clear. Alright, so we draw this line as I've done. Then I'm going to draw a line in this direction. Okay, then from this point also we draw a line in this direction, as we usually use 30 degrees set square to draw isometric objects. So that is what I've done. Now, so let's say the length of the diameter of the circle is 50 millimeters. Diameter of the circle that we have to construct, isometric circle that we have to construct, is 50 millimeters. So from this point now, where these two lines intersect, take a measurement of 50 millimeters, okay, and get the midpoint of this line, which is 25 millimeters, okay. Then you come to this point and take a measurement of 50 millimeters from this point here. So this is 50 millimeters here, and get the midpoint, which is 25 millimeters from the point. Okay, so now we are going to convert this to isometric square. So come to this point, draw a line in this direction. Okay, then turn to this side, also draw a line in this direction. Okay, from this point, and then come to the midpoint here, the middle point, draw a line in this direction. And then so I need to turn like this, and also from this point, which is the midpoint, draw a line in this direction. Alright, so we have constructed the isometric square, and we have also divided into 4 equal parts, as you see here. So I'm going to label each of these points. I will call this point point A. So this is point A, and this point is point B, and then we have this point to be point C. This is point D. Okay, so this middle point here, I will call it point E, and this point here, I will call it point F. This point here is point G, and this point is point H. Okay, now this method that we are using is known as 4 center method. We call it 4 center method. Alright, so now, so where are the 4 centers that we are to use? That is what I want to bring out now. So what you have to do first is that you join the longest corner together. So this corner and this corner, they are far from each other. So you have to join them together with a straight line like this. Join the longest corners together with a straight line. So it goes like this. And the line should pass through the center, where that is the center here. Okay. Now, having done that, the next thing that you are going to do is that you can make use of this point A. Okay. Or you can make use of this point C for the next thing that I want to do. Now, connect this point A with point G. Connect point A with point G, or you can decide to connect. Okay, let me do that. Let me do this. So connect point A with point G like this. Okay, then you connect point A also with point H. Sorry. So connect point A with point H like this. Okay. Then sometimes I may need to make use of this point C, but let's use both of them together. So we connect point C with point E here, connect point C with point E like this, okay? Then we connect point C again with point F here, connect point C with point F, so it goes like this, okay? So we have this. Now, so the four centers that we are using to construct the isometric circle, we have this to be center 1, that is this point here. We have this point here to be center 2. Then we can take this point A at center 3. So while point C is center 4. So we have these 4 points. Okay, so these are the four centers that we are going to use to construct the isometric circle. Alright, so having located the four centers, so the next thing that we are going to do is that we take the compass and we put the pinpoint here at point center 1. Then we extend it to point E here on this line, on this side of the square. So we extend it here, and then so we draw an arc from here. So take it easy and draw an arc from here to touch this point H here, like this. Okay, so then so with the same radius, put the pinpoint here at center 2. Then it touches this point F here, then you turn it like this. So from F, so you turn, okay, so you may need to adjust it as I did. So turn the compass like the pen point like this. So is it, so we have drawn that arc. Then make use of center 3 at A. So make use of center 3 at A. Extend the pen point or the pencil point to point G here. Extend it here, and then so you draw an arc. So it goes like this. So touching this. Then make use of center 3 at C. So sorry, center 4 at C here. So put the midpoint here. So and then so draw an arc. So we need to. Alright, so we have it here. So go like this. Okay, so we have completed this isometric circle. So this is on the top face of an object, on the top face of an object. Now, let's look at that of the left side face. The left side face of an object. Okay, so if we are to draw on the left side face of an object, so I'm going to come up here. So we are going to draw a line here like this on the left side face. So we are to construct an isometric square here. So you come to this point, so draw a vertical line at this point here like this. So draw a vertical line here, and then turn the set square in this direction. Draw a line from this point in this direction. Draw a line in this direction. Then on this line here, I will take a measurement of 50 millimeters, as the diameter of the circle is 50 millimeters. So we are constructing a square of length 50 millimeters. Okay, so we take a measurement of 50. This is 50 millimeters. So get the midpoint 25 from the point. Then on this side, we turn to this side here. So we take a measurement of 50 millimeters here to this side and get the midpoint 25. Then so come to this point here. So draw a vertical line from this point up. So vertical line up, and then so we come to this point here. So here we draw a vertical line up. That's the midpoint. Then turn to this side from the midpoint here. So draw a line at angle 30 degrees to this side. Then you come to this point here. So you draw a line at an angle 30 degrees to this side here. Alright, so we have this point. So this point here, I will call this point as point A. Okay, so this is point B here. So this is point C, and this is point D. Okay, so then this point is point E on the square. This is F. This point is point G. Okay, and this is point H. Alright, so we have this. So now this is on the left side face, and I said this is on the top face. So let's take note of the difference between them. Okay, now what we have to do now, so we connect the longest corners together. So the longest corners, we connect them together. So we are joining point A and C together like this, so with a straight line. So make sure the line passes through the center, so we draw like this. Okay, so we connect the longest corners together. So these corners are far from each other, unlike that of B and D here, unlike that of A and C here. Okay, so let's take note of that. The next thing that we are going to do is that we are connecting this point D with point G. So we connect point D and G together. Okay, then we connect point D and F together. DF, we connect them together like this. Then we connect B and H together, connect B and H together with a straight line like this. Then we connect B and E together. B and E, we connect together, so it goes like this. Okay, so this is for the left side face, and don't forget I said this is for the top face of an object. Alright, so we take the compass. So let's get the point. So this is center 1 and this is center 2. So this is center 3. Okay, so this is center 3, and I will call this center, I will call it center 4. Okay, so we are using 4 center method. So we are gotten the 4 centers. Then take your compass, put the pinpoint at center 1 here, and extend it, the pen point or the pencil point, extend it to point G. Okay, so we have this point. Okay, so let's set it well. Okay, so we have this point here. So I can take it from here. So let's just let me take it from here. So we take from here and we draw an arc. So we draw an arc to touch this point. So it goes like this. To touch this point here. So we have the arc here now. Then put the point at center 2. Put the point at center 2. So it touches this point E here. Then you turn it. So you turn it this way. So turn it this way. So it goes like this. Okay. So touching point F. Then put the pinpoint at center 3. So this is center 3 here. So put it here. So and extend it to point E here. So where we have drawn the arc. So extend it here. And then you turn it this way. So it goes like this. Okay. So it goes like this. Okay. I need to come back and clean this. Then, so we put it at this center 4. So it touches this point. And then we go this way. So this is it. So we have the circle drawn here. So we have it drawn here. So there's a little error here. So when you have something like this, so do you have to start again? No. So just use your French curve to blend this together. So the isometric circle has been drawn here, and this is on the left face. Now, what about on the right face? On the right face of an object, let's do that. So I'm making use of this space here. I'm making use of this space here. So so what we have to do now is that, so we draw a line. So we draw a horizontal line. So horizontal line first, and then we come down a bit with the T-square. So we draw a line. So we are going to draw, we are going to draw a vertical line. We are going to draw a vertical line here. So draw a vertical line like this. And then, so with the set square at 30 degrees to the horizontal, so draw a line in this direction. Then on this line, I will take a measurement of 50 millimeters up, and then get the midpoint 25 millimeters from the point. Then on this line here, I will take a measurement from this point 50 millimeters here, and then I will take a measurement of 25 from the point. So from this point here, we draw a vertical line. Here we draw a vertical line, and the midpoint we also draw a vertical line here. Then, so we turn the set square like this. So from this point, draw a line to touch this line, and come up here. So with the same 30 degree set square, so draw a line from here to touch this line. Alright, so as I said, this is on the right face of the object, of an object. So now let's label this point. So this point, I will take it as point A. So this is point B, okay? So this is point C, and this is point D here. Alright, so this point is point E, okay? So this is F, so this is point G, and this is point H, okay? So now the next thing that we are going to do is that we connect the longest corners together, the corners that are far from each other on the square. So this corner A and corner B, they are far from each other on the square, so we have to join them together with a straight line. So it goes like this, join them together with a straight line, so like this. So we have this. Okay, now we are going to connect this point D with point G and the same point G with point F. So this is it. So it connects DG together with a straight line. So it goes like this. Okay, so connect point D again with point F like this. Then we come and connect point B and H together with a straight line, point B, H and H. We connect them together with a straight line like this, and connect point B and E together, point B and E. We connect them together with a straight line like this. Alright, so we have the four center points. So this is center 1, okay? This is center 2, okay? So this is center 3, so point B is center 3, and here we have this to be center 4. Alright, so having done that, so the next thing that we are going to do is that, so this is on the right face, okay? So let me repeat what I've said. This isometric circle that we drew here is on the top face of an object, while the one that we draw here is on the left face of an object, while this one that we are working on currently is on the right face of an object. Alright, so we put the pinpoint here now at this center 1, okay? So we extend the pen point to point E, okay? So this will be convenient for me. So anyone that is convenient for you, please go with it. So I will draw an arc here like this, okay? So I will draw an arc here. So the arc goes up. That's why. Okay, so I need to. Alright, so just let me take it this way. So it goes like this. So we have drawn it. Okay, so we have the arc there. Then we put a center 2 here. A center 2. So extend the compass to this point H here and we turn it. So it goes like this. Okay, so touching this point G here. Alright, so then we put it at point D and extend it to point F here. So we draw an arc from here and it goes like this. Alright, so then we put at that is center 4, so then center 5, center 3. Put at center 3 here and extend it here so it touches this. So then draw an arc here like this. Alright, so we have drawn the isometric circle on the right face. Alright, so here are the 3 positions that we can place an isometric circle on an isometric object. So as I said, we can place this one, so you can follow these steps to draw an isometric circle on the top face of an isometric object, and then we can follow these steps to draw an isometric circle on the left side of an isometric object, and we can follow the steps that I used here to draw an isometric circle on the right face of an isometric object. It's as simple as I've done it here. Practice it and follow instruction. Then make sure you keep the steps in mind. When it comes to technical drawing, it is simple, but you must pay attention to the steps that you take in the construction of that object, and that will help you to remember what to do when you come across such a problem in technical drawing. Thank you and God bless you.